Morning off you are, and welcome to Nerd Tube. And it's time to talk about Star Wars, Ahsoka, Episode 4, The Fallen Jedi. I'm here with my usual Caucasian buddies, and I'm going to start off with you, Gaz. What did you think of today's episode?
There's some good bits. There's some good bits, but overall it's kind of uneven. Like, to be Ren went from being a total annoyance to being a cowardly bitch. Sorry, I hate to say that word. Sorry, we're going to get demonetized. I don't care. Right, and she was a total pussy. Right, and the thing is like I can't stand this person. I'm sorry, I cannot stand her. And she just had time to do. She had time to do one thing that a heroic, and she totally bitched out of it. You know, I mean, I've not seen a pussy this bad since Hill vs. Babyface learned that those pronouns in Starfield. Do you know what I mean? So like,
well, Sabine said Ginger's favorite line. I got this.
God damn it, Cheeto! You jumped in before I got a chance to say my bit.
Oh yeah, man! I heard that and I thought, oh, Ginger's gonna have a field day.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, "Oh we go, let's drink to I got this."
Oh yeah, I finished. Sorry.
Yeah. Cheeto, go
go on, Ginger.
No, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed this episode. It's the best one out of the four so far. There are a lot of stupid bits in it, like the standoff, like when Sabine is like, yeah, go, I got this, and they're like, why are you hacking this bitch down? She's distracted, and stupid things like that. But I just, when Ray Stevenson is on screen, it's just the best part of Ahsoka. The guy is incredible. And with Gaz, I'm with him on Sabine. Look, I never liked her in Rebels. In fact, Rebels, there was barely any likable characters in it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think it holds a record for having an entire cast that are just annoying twats, but that falls down on the writing. But yeah, she's just fucking dumb. Just dumb. So yeah, it was. I enjoyed the episode. There were some bits of inconsistency, but better than the other three, that's for sure.
Cheaty.
Huh?
Cheaty,
go,
give your opinion.
Oh, I didn't hear him say me. I heard chi. Anyway, yeah, as I said in my quick review on the short, this episode was. I mean, overall, like I agree with Ginger and Gaz. Like this is probably the best episode out of all of them so far, but it's still meh to at best. And I agree with you guys. Ray Stevenson just chews up the scenery whenever he's on there. That's not because he passed. Like I was trying to detach myself from that because I didn't want that fact to take away from like everything. But yeah, I really feel like that Ray Stevenson is just knocking out of the park. And it's so freaking sad that he was taken away from us when he's given us such a good performance. However, I do believe his character will be killed off by the end of this season. I do. I just feel that that's either his Padawan will or Thrawn will, off him or something. I don't know. It's going to be one of those bad guys betraying bad guys bullshit is what it's going to be. But yeah, either that or, I mean, he survives, and I honestly wouldn't mind them recasting him, but they have to really like find somebody good if they recast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Jedi, the fight scene between Ahsoka and is it Valen, right? Valen.
Balin.
Whatever, Baden Powell, whatever. Was pretty good. I mean, it was better than pretty good. It was. I'm giving it a disservice. It was really good. But again, this show is just. I mean, even at X-wings in this episode, and it's still kind of like me. I mean, the X-wings didn't do shit besides get blown up, but
Yeah. Oh, they're activating the thing that we can easily shoot and blow up. I guess not. Fuck.
Good throwback to The Last Jedi though, when they hyperspace through them and blew up.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of with Filoni with Filoni, you've got to find something original that he does rather than the constant fucking fan service. With him, you've got more chance of finding than than something original with him.
And I agree with Daniel
Okay,
Vanson's comments. He says, "Where was Zeb? WTF? It was the perfect episode to bring him in the mix as a part of the Starfighter Squadron. 100%
Too
correct.
expensive.
Yeah, he is too expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe
Zan.
I love this episode. I think this is some of the best Star Wars we've got from Disney ever. There's so much in this episode that was really great. You know, just seeing, is it Hey Young? I keep calling him Shang Tsung, but that's not his name. The robot, with this sort of like very Far Eastern sort of sounding name. Seeing his little fight was pretty cool. I don't know your issue with Sabine, boss man. I like Sabine. I think she was really good in this, and there was more to her than we came across. And I think if you've seen Rebels, then you probably would appreciate her bond with Ezra Bridger as well, which is kind of why she ended up doing what she ended up doing. I thought some of the lightsaber battles was really good. Yeah, Ray Stevenson, you're right. Choose up the scenery. This was a very action-packed, but also at the same time got the story going episode. I think the only negative I have two negatives. No Thrawn still, and what the hell is Hera bringing her kid to a fucking fight for? You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna go to battle, son. Come with us. You know, like what the fuck?
Oh, and the kid with the I've got a bad feeling. Oh, fuck off. Seriously,
Mate,
how many times do I have to hear
these
that?
cliches have been done. These cliches have been done for forever,
Too
and,
much.
it's gonna. He only just said I got a bad feeling. He never said I got a bad feeling about this. He just said I got a bad feeling.
Yeah.
And that means he's force sensitive as well, which is why he said that.
Well, he's going to be. His
for
dad
some
was a
reason,
Jedi.
But here's the
yep,
thing:
exactly.
it's like unless it's like I don't know, unless it's Han Solo saying it doesn't really hit home. Like, you know, and then I don't want Han Solo to say it anymore.
I don't want to hear it in a fucking
Yeah.
Star Wars film ever. Star Wars anything. Stop harking back. This is what pisses me off with all these fucking shows is they keep just clinging on to the past because they just think that that's what people want. Oh, we fucking don't. Andor did no fan service. And look how beloved that show is. And it's because it just focused on telling a good fucking story. All right. I despise Filoni for these reasons. Because in every property, he's the worst of the worst for it. It's like it's his whole identity now. Because I think Filoni has to think, oh, what fan service is he going to shoehorn in every fucking scene? And then you go back, you watch like Screen Crush and the Easter eggs, and you're like, oh, look, there you go. 67 Easter eggs, all harking back to other episodes or films. It's just like,
yeah, I guess some are more noticeable than others.
Yeah, you just don't have your own identity. You're just leeching off of what made other shows better, and it gets frustrated. And like, you know, how can you have three protagonists who sound bored out of their head as well? They're just always bored. Like, cross their arms, they're like, yeah, anyway, right, whatever, bro.
We've had 2 or 3 different directors, and there's one thing that's consistent. They all like having a quick shot of Mary Elizabeth Winstead's ass whenever they get an opportunity. You can't fucking blame him.
I would too.
You're a lucky fuck. You know, so... nevertheless.
You British bastard.
So I have to say, this is the thing I find really funny regarding fan theories. The reality never matches necessarily the theory, very rarely, all the way back to WandaVision with everyone going Mephisto crazy, and even at one point thought that some of these people might have been Reed Richards, you know, this particular scientist they were going to meet and shit like that. So many fan theories, and they never really materialized into the reality we hoped they would be. And today's episode was no difference. So this guy Marco, I will say that I have more questions though, regardless of him not necessarily being Ezra Bridger or Starkiller. He was neither of those people once he got killed by Ahsoka in this episode. But
No,
he's having his dream.
he's just something that's been resurrected. Somebody dead that was resurrected by the sisters, because
So
I've seen this
that's what,
in
that's
Clone Wars and the Jedi
Oh, is that
Fallen
what
Order
that
game.
was? Yeah, like
Yeah,
when he like exploded or whatever, like
yeah. That was the magic of the the sisters or whatever they're fucking called.
Oh, okay. That
That
made. See, I
came
had no
out.
idea. I'm like, well, I guess it's, yeah.
Yeah,
It
he
the
was the second sister's Gollum.
Gollum.
Yeah, it's much better than the other crap theories, like Star Killer and Ezra and all this shit. I was just like, well, when that green mist come out, I was just like, oh, cool. They, they did a fucking resurrection thingy because we've seen it in the cartoons and the games.
Remember, I saw it. I think to myself, all right, all these theories that have been going on for a few weeks now.
I think
all
it should
fucking
have been a
fell in the bin.
resurrected Mace Windu to shut everybody up about him still being alive.
Yeah, thank God it wasn't, to tell you the truth.
No,
But
it would have been great if it was
Yeah.
Mace Windu.
but nevertheless, I hope. I mean, if that is the case, because for a lot of people, like people who don't watch Rebels or will wonder what the fuck was just happened there, and they'll probably want answers regarding what Ahsoka
Yeah,
did
they'll
to
find
that
them.
guy.
They'll find them.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll once we're done here, I'll go and watch Screen Crush to confirm.
I just wait for my twit friends to tell me, on a stupid podcast.
But yeah, that's what it
So-
looked like anyway.
It also seems like wherever this Jedi Balin is, he's obviously not Sith, but he does feel like he's somebody who is on the dark side of the Force, but he's not necessarily going angry, but he's kind of ruthless at the same time, if you know what I mean. He's not.
He's a dark gray Jedi.
I wouldn't say
he's
grey,
the most-
dark Jedi for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dark Jedi, not Grey Jedi.
No, dark
Yeah,
gray.
Grey Jedi's
Dark grey
Grey's
Jedi.
Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Grey's Ahsoka.
No, yeah, Ahsoka's a
yeah.
light gray Jedi. He's a dark gray Jedi.
Racist. Yeah, I mean, he's like he's the most intriguing character to see how he got to where he is, and is that his apprentice? Is that his daughter? Or is that just an apprentice? Or so they're the most interesting thing on the show.
Nuts though. I'll give that actress a lot of credit. The one who plays Shin is his apprentice, Shin Houghty, or some people like to call her Shin Hottie. Her eyes. I mean that expression on her face. I have a feeling that she will kill Balin this season. I just feel it. Because I think Balin is still quite honorable, like a Jedi.
If this is Ray Stevenson's last ever out show ever, because we don't know. Some people have things in the can and all that. I just think what a fantastic way to go out. Like being such a great character and such a huge all right, the franchise has gone to shit, but at least he can hold his head up high, and the show doesn't rank anywhere near as bad as all the other crap we've had. So yeah, I hope this is the last thing he worked on, and he just goes out on a.
I don't think so. I think his IMDb had one or two other projects on it, but I'll look it up while we're talking.
Hopefully, they're just minute that they do, because
he's fantastic in this. And the thing is, the lady who plays Shin, I don't know what the actress's name is. Sorry, she's pretty good at kind of like portraying the emotions with her face, because like she can just go into I'm pouty hot woman, but she doesn't. She actually has a range of emotions on her face, and
she looks nuts, dude. She looks like she'll fucking kill you.
I think she's a model or some kind of thing from what I've read.
Gateway to the West is in post-production, so whatever that is.
Okay, well, that's not going to come out for a couple of years now, given the strikes.
Yes, that's probably going to be crap.
Well, it's in post-production, so I mean, they could release it. It's already done.
Oh, all right. I'm just going to let my cat in the stupid bitches meow, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
No problem. I have to say that some of the scenery and some of the shots in this episode did harken back to those sort of samurai movies of yesteryear. It really did feel that. Like, have you guys played Ghost of Tsushima?
Come on in, you
Yes.
fucking annoying prick. Go on, fuck
Yeah?
off.
You got it as well, haven't you,
Get
Cheeto?
out.
You must have played it.
Every fucking time.
Cheeto?
I couldn't hear you. What?
Move,
You got
move.
Ghost of Tsushima.
You always want attention every time. Sorry, guys. Stupid bitch wants attention all the
problem.
time.
One more time, Sam.
This is why I'm single, guys, because this is what my my girlfriends are like. Sorry.
Yeah, just want
I'm just
attention.
saying, have you guys played Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes, I have. I have a whole Let's Play
Yeah.
on my channel called Milquetoast Gaming.
Just making sure.
He has played it because I've seen it
Because
play.
like this episode time felt like that with the very samurai looking combat, and obviously the sort of scenery very Ghost of Tsushima-ish with the sort of red leaves, forest, and stuff like that. I was really feeling those vibes.
It
In
had
this
a
episode.
Kurosawa vibe to it.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
and the funny my
Because
problem with
Filoni doesn't
trailers.
have an identity.
Look, my problem with trailers is that we kind of know that all this tried to stop Morgan Elsmith and her plan is going to fail because we already know that Thrawn is coming back, and this is my problem with trailers because it's just certain things are not going to happen, but regardless of that, the battle between Ahsoka and Balin was very well choreographed. I liked the sort of like the strength Balin was showing in his lightsaber style. He was a bigger man. He had heavier strokes when he was fighting. He was so physically like more imposing on Ahsoka that he just basically knocked her off a fucking cliff edge. Fucking loved all of that. It was really well done. And then as a Jedi, he was able to use his skills to basically bait Sabine and giving her what she wants, so to speak. It was like a Sith sort of Jedi move. A mix of the two, using some sort of diplomacy. Excellent stuff. Fucking loved it. It was really good.
I do want to say though, I did like the way that the Sabine and the Apprentice match ended, like the fight ended when she was using her Mandalorian tricks rather than the Force just magically coming out of her.
Reverting back to the Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
What knows best. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, by the way, I did have a bit of a chuckle when somebody in the middle of this says, I don't like it because they may bring back the heir to the Empire. I did have a little bit of a spell with that like,
Was that was that
that was a line.
Was that a line that got you triggered as well? Like you had pronouns or something,
I just thought it's funny.
Ginger?
Oh.
No? Okay. Did that trigger you the same way?
It didn't trigger me, but it made me fucking roll my eyes because it's stupid.
I didn't mind that. Like they even said the word Star War, not wars, Star War.
Yeah, but it's just low-hanging garbage that doesn't need to like.
You never hear the word Star Wars or Star War in Star Wars. Like it was interesting. All these shows, all these movies, and never have they even come close to saying it until today. Disney is notorious for showing things that we never see. So grain of salt on the trailers. All right, fair enough. And the spinning lightsaber. Sorry, no, this is the quick one I wanted. The spinning lightsaber looked awesome. I was only impressed, wondering if it was CGI or practical. That scene, actually, by the way, reminded me of the Darth Maul Obi-Wan Kenobi second or third fight they had. The one on Tatooine when Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul finally.
No, it reminded me of General Grievous. That's what it reminded me of.
Well, in the sense that it just basically took a strike or two and he was dead. Like they never really had a battle. He was dead instantly. And same with Morak or whatever the fuck he was called.
I mean, they went back and forth a little bit. Like, yeah, it wasn't wasn't an epic lightsaber battle, but I mean, they still went back and forth a bit. Whereas I saw the scene in Rebels where where Maul came across Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan just, I mean, spoiler alert, but Obi-Wan just killed him, like straight up. I mean, it was one strike and he was done. Like Maul was done.
You know, I just want to quickly mention a lot of people. Sorry, just to go back a little bit, a lot of people were complaining initially about Sabine Wren being stabbed, and everyone goes on about Qui-Gon Jinn being stabbed and him dying and her living. I would like to remind people that fucking Darth Maul was cut in half. Yeah, he was cut in half. I mean, what happened to him? Nobody should come back from. And he
cut
did.
in half, and he plummeted down. Bringing him back was
yeah.
just fucking stupid. Again, one of these
Yeah.
dumb decisions.
I mean, he only weighed half as much, so probably gravity didn't hit him as hard. So
look, what people wanted, I've always said this, what people wanted was Ray Park as Darth Maul, not a fucking animated version and shit like that. And the closest we ever got was a cameo from fucking Solo. So like, I'm pissed off that what we really wanted, we never really got. I wanted Ray fucking Park back, and that's what we never got, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's how, it's just the way it is. So we get our X-wings as well. We have that that one particular guy we've seen in both Mando and Boba Fett. He came back in this. You know what I'm on about? That Asian.
Yeah, the guy who's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I had my own show lined up, and now I'm not going to get it. Now I have to do cameos.
Yeah, fucking.
That guy had his own show lined up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Rebel Alliance or whatever, the Rogue Squadron or whatever.
Oh wow, that was his show. Okay.
Yeah, him and Gina Carano were gonna lead that one.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I would love it because I like all the fighters and stuff, like Fighter Squadron and pilots, way better than I like any of the Jedi versions.
General Grievous was just pieces of his original organic in the suit, so never count out anyone. Yeah. I mean, he was Darth Vader before Darth Vader came along. Yeah,
he was Darth Vader before Darth Vader was Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm the Force, and the Force is with me.
I am Darth Vader, and Darth Vader is with me.
All right, so like when they actually came there and they saw that giant ring in space and shit like that, and Morgan Elsbeth finally had completed the coordinates, so to speak. They had no chance against that thing, and that thing went into hyperspace. I thought I thought that ring was some sort of gate, but it's
a hyperspace ring. It's like the hyperspace ring that Jedi starfighters attached to, but on
this one is for longer distances.
Yeah, it's on a much larger scale.
So a larger scale to get them to like outer reaches of the galaxy, or to another fucking galaxy. Basically.
Which again, I find it funny that we talk about in these episodes about I know this is last episode, but it's like there are old scriptures or old talkings of hyperspace lanes between galaxies, and I'm like, yet another freaking storyline that sounds more interesting than the modern day stuff. Thanks a lot, Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, one of the X-wing pilots, I'm not sure if you noticed, was Alan Tudyk. Is that how you say his name? The guy who does, the guy who does the voice for K2SO. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah.
Which one was he?
I'm kind of surprised.
The white one.
The X-wing pilots. The white
one. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys.
You had the Asian one, you had the black one, you had the alien, the white one, maybe a woman.
Yeah, it's like the Bridge of the Enterprise with that.
Yeah. You had all your quotas met in that one scene where all the X-wings are ready to go. Fucking lovely.
Anyone out there who complains about woke, you can't say shit because the black guy died. You know what I mean? Him and the alien.
It's a woke squadron.
Joe.
Yeah, I mean,
woke squadron. Woke squadron.
This is woke squadron. This is woke one reporting in. Woke two. Black ass racists in attack position.
Oh my god.
Hera survived with her kid as well, by the way. Obviously,
she fills the juicy booty quota right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I'm sorry.
And
Like that, watching her walk away, I'm like, damn.
yeah,
Just keep walking.
Just keep. Yeah, that's the whole
It's
show.
like
I want the whole show.
It's like the Black Widow film. It's just like all the best parts were just the R shots because the rest of the film was just awful.
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, they've buggered off. God knows where they have they actually gone to this alternative galaxy. Is that where they
Yes.
went?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
they've gone to where Thrawn is.
I don't. I
See-
mean, is it instantaneous? See, I never thought hyperspace was instantaneous travel. Like how long is it going to take them to get there? Like a day, 3 weeks,
Oh,
a year? Like
are we going to talk about like the single worst CGI effects in the history of man? Yeah.
maybe.
Which is?
So you mean Hayden Christensen coming back?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. I'm getting to that. Oh, come on, mate. Give me a chance. I'm gonna get to that. We haven't even.
Well, we're
I
not
haven't
doing a
even got
play-by-play.
the-
We're just talking about things. So
No,
just
no,
let it
but
come- let it come
I
up
just want to.
organically.
No, but I still want to talk about this hyperdrive thing. So
Okay.
they actually, I all this time I thought they were trying to bring Thrawn back, but no, they're going to fucking collect. They're going to collect him like some sort of fucking taxi service, you know, and then bring him back, I guess. So yeah, that's how they're doing it. So are we going to see this other galaxy next season? Yeah, sorry, not next season, next episode.
Well, we better
Or-
because it'll be the first time we might not get a whole ton of fan service.
No, they'll
I
still
think we're
find a
gonna
way.
get-
Oh, they will.
And
Of
it-
course, they will.
Well, this is the thing because this is where I think we're going to get lots of fan service because I like the transition they did here with the ocean turning into the world between worlds because we got to see Ahsoka waking up from what initially I thought she would be on the beach somewhere, but she wasn't. She woke up and she's in the world between worlds, and as she's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, we hear a familiar voice, and it says, "Hello, Snips. How you doing?" And she goes, "Master," and looks around and goes, "It's Anakin."
Outside.
Now, this is the thing, yeah, because this Anakin is not a Force ghost. This is Anakin Skywalker because he's got the robot hand. If it was Anakin the Force ghost, he wouldn't have the robot hand. He would have his own hand. So
Why though? Because I mean, when Luke Skywalker disappeared into the Force, he took his arm. He took his robotic arm with him too.
no, Luke Skywalker had his hand.
Luke Skywalker had his robot hand, and then he disappeared into a Force ghost, and his hand wasn't left behind.
No, but when he became a Force ghost, he had his regular hand.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure about that.
Look, all I'm saying is that there was no robot. So who's to say he didn't take his robotic hand with him to the Star Wars?
Well, yeah, because look, as I said, I've never been a big fan of time travel in Star Wars or alternative universes, parallel universes in Star Wars. But the world between worlds was created as some sort of time vortex. So this particular Anakin Skywalker could have ended up there at some particular point, and he's now in the world between worlds. He's not yet Darth Vader, and because I do believe that this particular Anakin Skywalker is not the Anakin Skywalker who ended up becoming Darth Vader and then end up becoming Anakin again. I think this Anakin Skywalker is yet to be Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Because he's got the
I think
robot
it's all in
hand.
his head.
He's got the robot hand, and that alone makes me wonder what the fuck. You know, he's got his lightsaber with him. You know, like
That's because that's how Ahsoka remembers him. So that if it's all in her head, then, and I mean, she might be in the world between worlds, but I mean, it'll probably be revealed that the world between worlds is using a guide to guide her, using some kind of force, and then it's using Anakin
visions and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
rather
Anakin.
than a reality.
Yeah,
It's not a reality. I think it's just a whole visions thing while she's dying.
well, boss man. Just to get back to what you wanted to say now regarding the special effects, it's funny because we were all mocking Obi-Wan for having Hayden Christensen not de-aged and looking 40 years old playing a teenage fucking Anakin Skywalker from episode 2 for fuck's sake. and now we got Anakin Skywalker, who has been de-aged, and he still looks fucking pasty as fuck.
I
It
didn't
pisses
think
me
the
off.
effects were that bad. Am I the
I
only?
thought it was. I thought it was
I,
terrible.
I thought they were fucking appalling.
I thought it was
didn't think
terrible.
they were that bad, but-
His face looks so plastic.
Well,
I've not
yeah.
seen. I've not seen that much plastic on the face since I last saw Cher.
All right.
What-
Well,
what
I mean,
did
you
the
can,
most?
you can just have
It was
Hayden
horrible. It's like
Christensen.
he didn't smile. It was like, it's like don't smile like
Well,
that.
Look,
I think that you guys are the people that would rather in Solo, a Star Wars story, you'd rather watch Harrison Ford run around trying to be young
I thought Aiden Alderaan was
than
fantastic.
actually have him recast.
No,
that's
my no. Sorry, boss man. My issue is that I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos where people in their mum's basements are making fantastic fucking deep fakes, and yet here we're and de-aging as well. You know, we've seen what Samuel L. Jackson looked like in the fucking Marvel in Ms. Marvel. Sorry, in Captain Marvel. I mean, that was close to flawless. His de-aging in that. You know, like
Don't forget
Well, but
Kurt
that's what
Russell
it-
in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is the
I
best
would
de-aging I've
even-
ever seen.
and I would even say Michael Douglas a little bit at the beginning of Ant-Man 1. That was
Yeah.
very good as well. You know, like
And in
it could be
Endgame.
but for but still and in Endgame as well. Still for me though, you know, I genuinely thought Samuel L. Jackson was the best. But regardless, we've seen good de-aging technology done, you know, by this industry, this very same industry, because they fucking own Marvel. I've seen better de-aging. You know, Luke Skywalker himself recently in Book of Boba Fett. He looked fantastic in Book of Boba Fett. You know, like I said before, we've seen amazing de-aging and deep fakes done by regular people on their home PCs. Why the fuck is this so bad? It's not like Hayden Christensen's super fucking old.
Because
You only had to take a decade off him.
I mean, I was about to say because of how shit, you know, VFX companies are treated by these big studios, but the VFX in Ahsoka so far has been pretty fucking good. But they just don't seem to be giving a shit about the de-aging stuff. It's a weird one.
Yeah, but
Maybe they think Hayden still looks 20 years old, and it's like, no, come on, he's my age.
you know, he's not that old, Hayden Christensen. I think he's in his
No,
mid-
he's not. It's
40s.
40.
Yeah, 40. There you go. So you
He's a
only have
couple
to take
years
maybe a
younger
good.
than me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you take you just
He's
you
way
only
younger
need to
than
do
I
is shave a decade off or whatever. Hollywood actors always look great for their age, you know. So yeah.
I mean, he's
but
my. If
regardless-
he's 40, then he's my age.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I look like shit. So I mean,
Yeah. Anyway.
So
moving on.
anyway, so that was basically the episode. It left us on a juicy cliffhanger. Lots of things that need to be resolved. No Thrawn, but in a way, it didn't bother me too much. But I do feel that we're halfway through this season. It is going
He's
to worry
going to
me.
be there in either the next episode or episode 7.
I just feel that the lack of Thrawn in the season could be very detrimental to Ahsoka generally, and they might have more of him obviously in other shows. But now we've got the fucking writer strike, we might not see him for a long time. Nevertheless, regardless, excellent episode in my opinion. Time to market, guys. What are you going to give it?
Out of 10, I'll give it an 8.
Okay, considering you were shitting all over it at the very beginning, I was kind of
I wasn't
surprised.
just over it. I was just giving stuff that I didn't like.
Okay, very quick comment here. Hayden looked uncanny valley because he aged well. We've not seen him really since, and we expect to see the younger face. Well, we did see him a decent amount. I do mean a decent amount in Obi-Wan. We saw him as a young man. We saw him in that little sort of hallucination shot by Obi-Wan, and obviously we saw him half Vader, half not when they were fighting at the end of the episode. But all right. What about you, Cheetah?
I'm giving it a 6.
Wow. Okay. Ginger.
I'll give it. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Daniel Vance here. I'm giving it a 9. I was very, I really enjoyed this episode. There was a lot to it. I already gave my gripes earlier regarding obviously our fan theories not being recognized, but then again, I don't blame Star Wars for that. I blame us for that because we always fucking do this to ourselves as fans, theorizing shit and then not coming to fruition. It happens nearly all the fucking time,
You
and
never
obviously,
learn. You never learn.
and Hera bringing a fucking kid to fucking battle was stupid. So yeah, I give it a 9. But luckily for us, we never focused on them too much, so it wasn't too much of an issue. Great stuff. Great stuff. I can't wait till next week. This has been some of the best Star Wars we've had from Disney ever, in my opinion.
No, Andor, hands down.
Andor is unmatched, but Ahsoka, in terms of all the other shit we've got, Ahsoka is a nice kind of mid upper.
Yeah, definitely more in the traditional sense of Star Wars.
The rest of this, like, Boba Fett was shit. Obi-Wan is the shittest of the shit. Mandalorian is shit. So we have Ahsoka, which is good, and then we have Andor, which was fucking masterpiece.
Andor, without doubt, is fantastic. But I would say, in the more traditional sense of Star Wars, with the more common themes like your lightsabers and your good versus evil and shit like that, battles. You know, this.
Well, it's not shit. Let's put it that way. It's not shit. It's not making me want to claw my eyes out. Just despite the stupid fan service that they keep shoehorning in, at least it's coherent and it flows better than all the other crap, and it doesn't waste around with stupid shit like Mandalorian and Boba Fett did. Like, fucking waste of space they were. You know, Obi-Wan was just shit overall because it was shit. Everything about it was shit. But, you know,
because it was such a disappointment over something a lot of people were banking on and hoping to be good. Deborah Chow in the driving seat and stuff like that.
Kennedy completely took over the fucking show, and Chow has alluded to the fact as well. And it's always the same story, you know. Oh, I had this plan, but then things will change. It's like, of course, they can't fucking help themselves. So thankfully, with Ahsoka, at least it's Filoni doing what he wants to do, which is Rebels season 5. But it's still better and more cohesive than whatever the other crap was, which is basically, you know, market the little green cunt, and we don't know what to do with Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan's a fucking mess. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. All right. So that's our review here of. So I got Mrs. saying I'm looking good as always on Kick. Thank you very much. That's our review here of episode 4 of Ahsoka, The Fallen Jedi. Join us tomorrow for the brand new season of Lower Decks. First episode of that will be out. And then on Friday for our weekly news and debate of various types of things. Thank you very much, fellas, for joining myself, the host here, and everyone else out there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye-bye.